From an abandoned Japanese island that is hiding a dark and very troubled history behind its crumbling walls, to a towering abandoned skyscraper in Venezuela that was once inhabited by around 5,000 squatters, in this video, we'll take a look at the biggest abandoned megaprojects in the world. We start with the Wonderland Amusement Park. Located near Beijing, was intended to be Asia's largest amusement park, covering 50 hectares. Construction began in the 1990s with plans for a Disneyland-style theme park, complete with a castle and medieval-themed buildings. However, in 1998, construction stopped due to financial disputes between developers, local farmers, and the government over land prices. The project was abandoned, leaving the partially built park to decay while farmers reclaimed the land. A 2008 attempt to revive the park failed due to the deteriorated structures, and the site was demolished in 2013. The Memphis Pyramid. The Memphis Pyramid was inspired by the ancient city of Memphis in Egypt. Initially envisioned by Mark Hartz as a trio of pyramids along the Mississippi River, the project was revived in the 1980s by his son, John Hartz. The final plan reduced the design to a single pyramid, standing 98 meters tall, making it one of the largest in the world. Construction began in 1989, and the pyramid opened in 1991 as a basketball arena. Despite early success, including hosting major events, the building faced financial difficulties, and several planned amenities were scrapped. Though profitable from various events, it lacked a permanent tenant, leading the city to pursue an NBA team in 2001. The city of Memphis spent $7 million to retrofit the Memphis Pyramid for the Memphis Grizzlies, but after only 3 years, the team moved to the newer FedEx Forum in 2004. Due to a contract with the Grizzlies, the pyramid could only be used with their approval, leaving it mostly abandoned for a decade. Various ideas, such as converting it into an indoor theme park or casino, were considered but never realized. Eventually, Bass Pro Shops leased the pyramid for 55 years, transforming it into the largest Bass Pro shop in the world, complete with attractions like an archery range and laser arcade. It has since become a major success, attracting 3 million visitors in its first year. Hashima Island. Hashima Island, home to concrete buildings and seawalls built in the early 20th century, symbolizes Japan's rapid industrialization and a darker chapter of its history. Inhabited in 1887 after undersea coal was discovered, Mitsubishi developed the island into a coal mining hub with housing, schools, and entertainment for its growing workforce. By 1959, the island's population peaked at 5,300. However, with petroleum replacing coal in the late 1960s, Hashima's coal mine was abandoned, and the island was gradually deserted. The once thriving community became an empty, crumbling relic as nature reclaimed the island. In 2002, Mitsubishi transferred ownership of Hashima Island to the town of Takashima, and later to Nagasaki. The island, long abandoned, drew interest from explorers, and in 2005, Nagasaki reopened it to journalists and the public. It has since become a popular tourist destination. The Japanese government pursued UNESCO World Heritage status for the island, highlighting its historical significance, but both North and South Korea opposed the bid due to the island's dark history. During World War II, Korean and Chinese prisoners were forced into labor under brutal conditions, leading to many deaths. Despite the opposition, Hashima Island is now a UNESCO World Heritage Site, attracting thousands of tourists annually. Berlin Tempelhof Airport. Berlin Tempelhof, one of Germany's earliest airports, was officially designated in 1923 and became one of the busiest airports by the late 1930s due to its proximity to Berlin. After Germany's reunification in 1989, Tempelhof operated alongside 2 other airports in the city. In 1996, Berlin's government decided to close Tempelhof, along with Tegel Airport, to centralize air traffic at the new Berlin-Brandenburg Airport. Despite public opposition and a failed referendum to keep it open, Tempelhof closed in 2008. The site was transformed into Tempelhof Reveldt, the world's largest inner-city park, covering 380 hectares. The old terminal, hangars, and runway remain, and the space is now used for events like music festivals and fairs. And finally, the Torre de David, also known as Venezuela's squatter skyscraper, is a 170-meter-tall, 45-floor building in Caracas, making it the country's 3rd tallest skyscraper. Construction began in 1990 but halted 4 years later due to the Venezuelan banking crisis, leaving the building incomplete and without basic utilities like electricity, water, or windows. In 2001, the government unsuccessfully tried to auction it off. Amid a severe housing shortage in Caracas, around 200 homeless families began occupying the abandoned structure, seeking shelter in the unfinished building that had been vacant for over a decade. By some estimates, around 40% of Caracas' homeless population lived in the Torre de David, with residents creating makeshift utilities, including an aqueduct system supplying water to the 22nd floor. Motorcycles were used as taxis within the first 10 floors. By 2011, the population reached 2,500, peaking at 5,000. In 2014, the Venezuelan government relocated residents to new homes south of the capital. By 2015, all residents had been successfully relocated. Discussions about the tower's future have included potential demolition or converting it into affordable housing. In 2018, an earthquake caused significant damage, collapsing the top 5 floors. So, until today, the tower remains incomplete and abandoned while serving as a temporary center for emergency care. What do you think about these abandoned megaprojects? Let us know in the comments below. If you want to see more about megaprojects, you should watch our previous video about megaprojects. Thank you for watching and we'll see you in the next video.